Greetings and welcome to the latest adventure of the What's Up Stark all food season. I'm here with my friend Brock Hutchinson. I'm Dan Kane. I'm here with Brock Hutchison, and we're here with
Cyrus
Assar, the owner of the Greatness Cafe, which is located in the sunny, spacious lobby of the Massillon Museum.
I just want to know if Cyrus won that chess game he was playing when we came in.
Yeah, I won a chess game.
Are you an avid player?
No, I'm not good at all, but I like to play and use it as a tool to help our community.
Okay.
Nice. So I don't even know where to begin here. Why don't you tell us about the cafe and what the greatness part is about it? It's more than just about great food, right?
The whole concept of the Greatness Cafe was I've been traveling helping people deal with depression and suicide for 20 years. So I wanted to create something to not only be the best things for your body, but for your mind. That's why when you order the smoothie, it's called I am great, I am smart, I am strong, I am all these different affirmations to make sure you talk positive to yourself, but also have engagement in the community. So that's what the greatness stood for, to make sure people feel like they're great within themselves and take that and go out into the world.
So what made you decide to open a restaurant? This is your first food venture, correct?
Yeah. It started when my friend and I, Bradley Grizzard, was out in Los Angeles, and we were finding ways to improve ourselves. Okay. And we were doing workouts, and within our workouts, people started being involved because we were working out at this park, and we started making smoothies. Before you know it, not only was it between us, but it was the people that was working out with us. And it just kind of grew naturally into looking at what we was putting in our body and how it affected our moods. Because a lot of people don't know. They would think that they're depressed or having these type of anxiety or whatnot based on what has happened to them, when they won't realize it may be malnourishment or lack of water or lack of sleep. Those little basic things that make us feel a little bit better is how it was all cultivated in thought. So from there, it was how can we take this idea and give it to the world. And I wrote out this plan to say, you know what, I want to have a wellness center. I want to have a mental health and wellness cafe. I want to have these type of things. But the cafe wasn't until like year 7, and during COVID, the museum director, Alex, came in. I met with her, and she was just telling me about this idea about it being a space available to have a cafe, and that I should submit a packet so the board can decide. So after I gave it thought, I ended up submitting the packet, and we got approved. And that's why the Greatness Cafe was born, and just took it from there.
When did you open?
July 17th, 2021.
Okay. So
Favorite thing on the menu?
You're asking me to pick my children. Hope that don't mind him walking in front of the shot.
It's okay. It's even better.
July. The favorite thing on the menu, probably the chickpea tuna sandwich, because it took them about 10 months to get that recipe down when we were out in Los Angeles. How to not make it taste like mushy, because chickpeas. So got this way of I don't want to tell all our secrets, but about in 10 months it took him to get the recipe down.
So who's him? You said you don't have a culinary background, so how are you working out all the recipes? Or
his name is Bradley Grizzard, and he really loves food. If it was up to me, I'm more basic. I'm like, I want to work with the people. I want to talk to the people. And we can have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. He's like a culinary person. He really enjoys the process of making food. So he's the one that's in charge of all our recipes and whatnot.
Well, I noticed when we come in, you greet folks. You were asking them, "How are you doing?" That was the first thing you said to me, and I think that's really an impactful statement. So are you intentional about getting out and talking to people and not being behind the counter all the time?
Definitely. That was the whole concept. I wanted to see how people are doing. I wanted to see how are you living? How is your day going? Because those little questions can do a lot for people's day. And it can lead to a conversation that can uplift someone, because we get a mixture. I'll get a "I'm fine," and you can tell that everything is not fine. So it can come with well, how you feel about this smoothie? Or, it's just certain gestures that you can do to uplift people's day. And yeah, that's very intentional, because I truly care. It's no faking. Dan Kane wrote one of my first articles, and if you can, this is like, you can look at it. from me holding a baseball bat in the Boys and Girls Club at 12 to me doing the rapping and in the park, as the article that you wrote, even if you remember it. But it was about me throwing concerts for the community and giving and for a turkey giveaway and backpack giveaway. So this is just genuine to who I am, and it's always been that way. So yeah, I'm intentional about who comes in and how I talk to them and embrace them.
So are there people who come in specifically kind of for that camaraderie with you?
Of course.
I'm sure there's people who just come here for the good food too.
Yeah,
Lunch and-
it's a mixture. I can always tell because you'll get people that come in here and pretty much sit our whole shift. Like they get here at 11 and leave at 4. I'm like, I might as well put you on payroll. But I can see how they feel comfortable doing whatever they want to, doing whatever they do in this environment. Whether it's a realtor, they'll come here and just sit all day and just, whether they have a conversation with me or just feel the warmth of the environment because they don't feel like they're getting put out or anything. Same thing, we had a group of special needs. They come in and they said that here is a place that they prefer because they can genuinely tell that I don't want them out of there. They said when they go in other establishments, it feels like they don't want them to be there because they may be loud or disruptive or anything like that. And they just get that vibe and it feels uncomfortable and the people aren't patient with them as they count the money or they're talking to you off of a tablet and they feel rushed. And it's like, here, we don't feel any of that. So they'll come in here and they can sit all day. So, yeah, it's just I just love people.
How long did it take to build your clientele here and to really get the community to support you? Did it take a while? Day one?
I mean, when we first opened the line, if you do B-roll, it was from here to Lieberman's. So,
Really?
yeah, the line, we had maybe 500-600 people here on grand opening.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah, because the community here of Massillon seen young Cyrus at 13, 14, 15, 16, Boys and Girls Club, Rec Center, kids, kickball game. They seen me all the way. Then they got a chance to see my life as I was throwing concerts and graduating from college and going to Atlanta and going to Los Angeles. So the community here embraces me because they know that not only am I genuine, but they see my story from little Cyrus to now. So it's nothing like getting behind a quote-unquote hometown guy that's doing the right thing and trying to uplift our community.
You mentioned that article I did about you. You were known as Cy Harp back then. And you were a hip-hop artist. And you had just received a humanitarian award from the Ohio Hip Hop Awards.
Correct.
I believe.
Yeah.
So you've been doing humanitarian. And that was when? That was 2010 maybe?
Ish. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, what you just said is a testament of that this is not anything new. That's the reason why I get embraced so well with the community because they remember little Cyrus always. Nobody is surprised that knew me that's looking at this. They may be surprised about food, but they're not surprised about the action behind the food because this is not about food. Food is a tool because I know people got to eat and drink. But it's really about embracing people and seeing how they're doing and how they can be better than they were yesterday.
Do you have a couple of examples that you want to talk to us about, of folks that you've helped, that you've been a part of their lives?
Yeah, not one-on-one sessions, but I'll give you an example. It was a young girl that came from a local business, let me put it like that, about 9 years old, and she came in here and she was looking at the menu. And she was like, well, what if I want to get something? What if I want to get a smoothie, but it doesn't apply to me? I'm like, what do you mean? She was like, I want to drink the green smoothie, but I'm not smart. So she really felt like I couldn't order
because
I Am Smart.
The green smoothie is called I Am Smart.
Yeah, it's called I Am Smart. Our kale banana smoothie is called I Am Smart. And the young girl wanted that smoothie, but she felt like she couldn't receive it because she wasn't that. And that was disheartening, to hear a kid in our community feel like they can't even say, I am smart. You have to argue with them at the counter for them to say, I am smart, I am strong, I am great. But not only did I have her say it, I went through the whole menu with her several times. Like, we're going to do it. And I gave her the smoothie for free at that point. But how I seen the impact is that she came in maybe 2 weeks later, and each time she came in, she was willing to say it more firmly. And this is a young girl that doesn't have her father in her life and things like that. So not only that, when she came in with friends, now she was saying the affirmations and forcing them to say it. No, if you don't say it, you're not getting it. Say I am great. And I said, that's amazing that this young girl, initially did not even want to say an affirmation. Now she's enforcing her friends to say it. So I think that's a story. And it's another one. I don't know how much time we got, but I'll tell you a trillion. But it's another story that's very impactful. It was an older male that came here, and he came because his phone was dying. He was actually on his way to Indiana. He was on his way somewhere else, but his phone was dying, and he came in here just to charge it. So he was not planning on coming to the cafe whatsoever. So anyways, he got a chance to walk in, and he was asking us, what is the cafe? So I was telling him about the affirmations and what we are about, the same thing I said earlier in this phone, on here. And he was like, okay, that's amazing. He ended up going to the bathroom, coming back, and he was like, you mind if I talk to you? I'm like, go ahead. So we sat down, and he told me that he was going through a horrible divorce. It's like I was going through a horrific divorce where, my wife did a couple of things that didn't work well for him, and she was taking his property. So he's like, not only did I not mess up, the courts decided that she deserves so he was actually en route. The best way to say it is he was driving away from his family to cause harm to himself. And y'all can put together the pieces on that. To cause harm to himself. We ended up talking for 2 hours about life and belief and understanding and all these different things. And at the end, he asked me to pray with him. And we did it for about 15 minutes outside. I wonder what people was thinking, these two grown men holding hands outside. But anyways, I sat there and prayed with him, and it hit me. He was not knowing that he was actually finding his answer being here. I didn't know who he was. He didn't know who I am. He didn't know about the cafe. He didn't know any of these. But sometimes you can find the answer of things that you're not even looking for. He was looking to do harm to himself, and he got undercut by him being here, just having a regular conversation. So those are a couple of stories that I truly understand the impact of the cafe.
So like fate brought him in the door.
Correct.
With his phone that needed charged.
With a phone that needed
charged.
Turned his life around, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Does faith play a part in the mission of Greatness Cafe or in your personal mission?
Faith plays a part in my life in totality, so there's no way to remove that. It's just who I am. I have belief, and I have unquestionable stance on God and what I believe in. I don't waver on it, because I understand that there's, how can I say, things that happen in our life that's beyond my understanding. I can try to rationalize it under Cyrus, but I know it's beyond me, and I can't have fear and God at the same time. You can't. One of them will defeat the other. So when I'm able to embrace people, it's just I know it's God, I know it's faith, it's all these things. So that's a big part of who I am.
There was something I read recently about the cafe, and you are providing meals to hungry kids.
Yeah.
Is that the gist of it? I might have gotten that wrong.
Cyrus, do you try to make money too? You do all this and try to make money?
I mean, this was not a tool for me to make money. I make money. I do public speaking, and I have books. I have a lot of different tools. If I was trying to make money in this cafe, I would have been shut this cafe down. Now it's profitable, but it is not.
That's not your goal. That's not your goal.
No. I pay myself, and I pay myself $250 a month in here. $250 a month, and I'm here way more than that. It's like it boils down to like $2 an hour. I died 50 cents an hour. But what was the question? 'Cause I know-
I had just read that you are
Oh, the
providing
kids.
meals here for young people.
Yeah, we had 4 kids walking in. 2 came to the register and 2 sat down. And the 2 sat down. I asked them if they were hungry. They was like, "No, we're okay." But I can tell by the body language, it wasn't. They were hungry. They were just embarrassed that they didn't have any money. So I said, "We made some extra chicken sandwiches. If you would like it." I was seeing if they would take it, and they took it. So I knew right then and there you were hungry. And I remember that emotion of friends having money and me not having money. So I would just say, "Oh, I'm not hungry. I'm okay." When I'm starving, and you get home and you want to get a peanut butter and jelly or whatever it may be, to take away that hunger. So me seeing that and feeling that, I was like, you know what? From here on out, any kid that can't afford food, I'll pay for it myself. I'll pay for it myself. But then I faced this thing where I was like, well, asking is embarrassing. Just to ask is an embarrassment. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do is a gesture. So if you come in, you put your hand to your heart, you have a seat, I'll provide you some food. And I'm giving you what we eat too. So you get a smoothie or a sandwich. It's not like I'm giving you toast. And there's nothing wrong with toast as well. I'm just saying, I'm giving you what we eat, and that had made a big impact into our community, because I don't think people were fully aware on how many kids in our community are not eating, and how many of them are free lunch or eating at Boys and Girls Club or 708, which is, they're doing great programs, but there are certain kids that's not able to even go to those programs.
Well,
So
Cyrus, go ahead, Dan.
So this is a restaurant, and let's talk about the food a little bit more. What are some of the most popular items on the menu?
The most popular items on the menu far as food is our chicken sandwich, our chicken wrap, and our chickpea tuna. Chickpea tuna sandwich and chickpea wrap. And people also love to get the grilled cheese and tomato soup, because our tomato soup takes 5 hours to make. We make that from
It
scratch.
takes what?
5 hours to make. Cause we make, as I said, we make everything. Even we make the salad. We make the salad dressing, the croutons.
Wow.
We don't cut any corners anywhere to ensure that if somebody's going to have something, it's not going to have any MSG in it. It's not going to have any crap in it whatsoever, because I'm not going to give somebody something that I would not eat myself. I always thought that would be hypocritical in any form of business. If you focus on the dollar so much that you will give somebody something you wouldn't even give your child.
So you have salads, paninis,
Correct.
soup, wraps,
Correct. Smoothies.
all these smoothies. You mentioned the I Am Smart. There's also I Am Original, I Am Powerful, I Am Wise, I Am Bold, I Am Great, I Am Brave. What are in those?
Well, what's in somebody can go on greatnesscafe.com and they can
Okay.
see it all, but I Am Great is the cherry mango. I don't know if you was giving me a quiz. Cherry mango,
No.
cherry mango banana.
They're fruit, correct?
Yeah, it's real. It's
Smoothies?
It's
Oh,
flash
it's-
frozen fruit and orange juice we squeeze every morning. So it still has fiber in our. There's no powder. It's no sherbet.
Yeah.
It's no anything except in the chocolate, and we use Ghirardelli chocolate for that. So, but yeah, I could have went through and told you all of them without looking.
He was just looking for fruit, I think.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. Yeah, the smoothies are real.
Should I quiz you?
You could. I get it
All
all
right,
right.
let's do
but
one. Do
What's
one.
in the I Am Unique?
The unique is kale, peach, no, mango. It's mango, banana, and kale with oat milk and water, ice, and sometimes people like agave.
That is correct.
Very good, Cyrus. So, look, thanks, folks, for listening to this week's episode. Cyrus, we appreciate you letting us come into the cafe. It's really, just even being in your presence, you can tell the amount of compassion and empathy you have for people it's inspiring. It's just fun to be even around you. And
I appreciate that. Thank you.
so thanks for having us. Thanks for coming on the show. And please come and get a good meal down here at the Greatness Cafe at the Massillon Museum in downtown Massillon.
I want one of those smoothies. Hey, one last thing. Why don't you tell us what your hours are here?
We're open from Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.